Well, Blue Grit is the headline of the day as your Oklahoma City Thunder grind it out in Game 1 to lead the NBA Finals. We'll discuss what the Thunder must do to bring back the win on the court for Game 2 tomorrow.
Let's go behind enemy lines and speak with the Heat. Was Miami really bothered by the fans of OKC? Their answer may surprise you. Already starting off well. It's a to the UConn Miller Athletic Facility. We get an exclusive locker room tour from a Miller football player. All that and much more. But here we go. Welcome back, Abby.
From the KSBI studios, this is OK Sports Wrap with your host, KSBI Sports Director Mark Van Boston.
Well, hello, welcome to the greatest sports show in the history of Oklahoma Sports Television. That would be the OK Sports Wrap, and Abigail back from a 3-week vacation. See what happens when you don't read a prompt.
I'm a little contacts because I thought I had extras in my drawer and I didn't, so I really can't see that well.
Wait a minute, what are we hearing?
Oh.
Music? Maybe everyone can have put it this way.
That's so great.
I'm going to do this.
I don't know what that was. I don't think Mark should do it the entire show. I'm doing the rubber dance. Okay. All right. Big win for the Thunder. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. What a great way to start the NBA Finals. What a great way to start the first ever NBA Finals here in Oklahoma City with an 11-point victory that you had to come from behind to win. You know, lots of times in these NBA Finals games, there's a cushion of a few points, and then that's it the rest of the way. But here was one that was a 13-point lead for the Heat guys in the first half, ended up being an 11-point win for the Thunder. And you know, for the first 24 minutes of Game 1, the Miami Heat looked like a world champion ball club. But the second half saw the Eastern Conference champs finish ice cold. For Miami Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra, it came down to
you know, we had an opportunity. We felt that we had an opportunity going into the fourth quarter. Halfway through the fourth quarter, we were thinking we were putting ourselves in a position to win, and then they just went away.
The Oklahoma City Thunder went away thanks to a big third quarter. It's Game 1 of the NBA Finals with a 105-94 win.
You know, they just made more plays than us. We got a couple offensive rebounds. That kind of hurt us. Get a couple open shots, and then from that point, we was kind of playing behind. They made shots, they missed shots. A couple offensive rebounds they got. You know, they didn't make many mistakes in the fourth quarter. And I don't think we made many mistakes in the fourth quarter. They made more plays.
It was a tale of two halves for the Heat, and it's no coincidence that the third quarter was the time that the residents of Loud City made their presence felt. But according to Chris Bosh and company, that crowd noise wasn't a factor in the Heat loss.
You're right. Keep talking about loud. It's regular. We've been in a lot of other arenas. It's about the same. Once you get really loud, I mean, it's all the same. So yeah, they have a great home court here. Their fans are very vibrant. They bring a different aspect to this game. It's nothing we've seen before.
And with Game 2 looming on Thursday night in Oklahoma City, Spoelstra's squad is hoping to figure out what went wrong and even the championship series.
You know, we'll regroup and gather ourselves for a long series and get ready for the next one.
And the game came down to the Thunder outscoring the Heat 58-40 in the last two quarters. And who can forget Kevin Durant with 17 of his 36 points coming in the fourth quarter. He was huge, but he's been huge all postseason long.
He's really turned into the second half kind of team. I guess that's really what you want. You don't want to be the first half kind of team, really.
Right.
But I might be kind of concerned if I'm a Thunder fan and they're leading going into halftime because they always come back in the second half. So who knows what could happen. Do you guys think that the Heat's loss had anything to do with Chris Bosh not being, or what do you call him?
He's Jar Jar Binks.
That's so mean. But I
exactly like him. I call it like I see it. Spare character from the Star Wars series and a spare player from Miami Heat. Ooh.
That's true.
Well, he said, what did Kevin Durant call him last year? A fake tough guy? Yeah. Well, whenever he said that, you know, the arena noise is regular, him being Jar Jar Binks, he's been all around the galaxy and all over the space.
Oh, my God.
So he has a pretty large sample size to compare that to. Not just NBA arena.
Well, Shane Battier he had the best game of his night so far in the playoffs. He had 17 points. So I think he had a pretty stellar night. Dwayne Wade, he did okay. He was 7 of 19. So the big three is definitely going to have to step up if Miami wants any part in hoping for an NBA title this year.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers for the Heat. I guess we're going to look at some of the video now. now.
That's LeBron James.
Yeah. Does he play for the Heat?
I think he does.
Just take a stop to South Beach. Okay, now we're going to get to some of those numbers. How about this one for points in the paint for the Thunder? A 56-40 advantage. OKC in favor of points in the paint and fast break points. This one just blew me away.
Wow.
24-4. Only 2 fast break baskets in the entire game for the Heat, who like to get out and run just as much as the Thunder did.
What I liked was what Scott Brooks said about, changing the game from the first to second half. And he said he told his guys there is a difference between covering a guy and making him feel you. And he said in the second half we were making the guys feel us.
And it's interesting. Whenever I saw that stat from the Heat, that difference in the fast break points, I went and looked up the numbers, and for the season, Miami really doesn't average that many fast break points, which is kind of surprising, I guess, because of the fact that whenever they do have a fast break point, it's a highlight. So, of course, everything that we see on SportsCenter is LeBron and D-Wade, getting the ball down in transition,
So it might be the only one from that game.
But yeah, so I thought that was kind of an interesting take on that.
Yeah, I like you. I think they give the impression that they get out and really sprint and run the other way when pretty much like we saw in the game, it's LeBron deflecting a pass or something going the other way. You don't see Wade do a whole lot of running. You don't see Chalmers do a whole lot of running. You certainly don't see the fast break three-pointers from them. Hardly at all. The Thunder sort of, maybe monopolized that a little bit in the postseason. We've done a pretty good job with that. And speaking of the Thunder, we will get into them a little bit later. We'll visit with the home team about their thoughts on Game 1. OKC puts on a showcase in their first ever final showing. Stay with us.